What's up, you guys? It's Matt here. So, as you know, I am a huge fan of deflationary positions. Not only because I feel like they increase the value for investors, but also it gives the project so much more potential, right? It gives them that FOMO experience that a project may not end up having. Um, and all of that stuff, right? You can see that in Binance, you could see it in CRO, you can see it in many different plays, many different projects. But when you have a position that is forced to do some sort of deflationary or implement some sort of deflationary model because of what has happened to the project, that's where it ends up getting even more interesting because it's not about whether you think a deflationary model will work or not. It's about what's the best way to recover what once was. And I think for Terra Luna Classic, that's where we kind of like, I guess, fall short or where we kind of lose where we are because in the beginning of where Terra Luna Classic dropped down, well, it was Terra Luna at that time when it dropped down to a level of about 6 zeros. As it dropped all the way down, people were in the dumps, right? They were like, I don't know what's going to happen here. I'm losing all my money. Other people were like, I see an opportunity. I saw an opportunity as well because I felt like it was an opportunity to recover the chain. As soon as that did transpire, it went from 6 zeros up to about 3 zeros. So obviously things changed, and people made so much money from it, adding multiple zeros to whatever they invested. Um, but the point that I'm getting at here, right? Because I know I tend to push stories on and make them the longest they could possibly be. The reason why I'm saying this, the reason why I'm saying that, you know, we we did this and going through this whole entire experience is because I believe that Terra Luna Classic could have been burning all of the supply, and where we stood in the beginning was about decreasing that supply. um, we've been hovering around this for about a year now, almost a year, in full, and we still were kind of at the same spot that we were before, not really seeing as much burning. It's great to be able to see burning, but most of it is coming from Binance, which is an outside factor. It's not even us, right? It's the community that kind of created that, but Binance is deciding to continue to do it. But from the beginning, we were looking to decrease that supply. That was the sole purpose of doing all of these things. Everything that we were doing was to get it back to a form of normalcy and restoring the chain, restoring what once was with USTC or USD at the time. And we need to get back there. So, how do we get back to that point? Um, the way that we get back to that point is finding the best way to burn. And I think the best way to burn, just like Vegas says, and I agree with Vegas on most things about the burns, is that the 1.2%, if we would have kept with that through the DEX side of things instead of going down to a 0.2% because of, DApps and, building and all that stuff, um, we could have burned so much more Terra Luna Classic, if not a hell of a lot more, because of the fact that we're continuously burning. The burn tax is burned about, like, I think it's just under 20 billion, and it could have burned 150, 200, maybe even 500 billion coins. And that depends on what the volume would have been. So we can say shoulda, coulda, wouldas all we want. We can say, hey, we could have done this, we could have done that. Well, we didn't. So how do we fix that? Well, we could do it in different ways. We could implement the 1.2% burn, which it seems like everybody wants to vote that down. So we don't want to increase the burn tax because we feel like that didn't work the last time. We gave it 3 weeks, but it didn't work. Um, Now you could also have exchanges that are going to do the burn tax. Now that's tough, right? Because you have to get them to agree to do the burn tax, to implement the burn tax, throughout every transaction, which they historically do not do. So why don't they do this? Is it because they feel like people are just looking to get a quick buck or what? And I feel like that might be the problem. People do believe that it's going to be just a quick buck situation. And honestly, I think there's a lot of people that think that way, but I don't think that way. And I believe that after you get past those initial people that believe that it's just about a quick buck and doubling your money or tripling your money, you're going to have the people that come in that want to be a part of it for the long term, that believe in it where it's at and where it can go. And honestly, I believe in it. Yes, I want to be able to take some profit from what I have, but I also want to impact it by, taking profit and also implementing some sort of burn while I'm taking profit. While people are reinvesting, you're having a burn tax that's factoring into that. People are day trading, the burn tax is factoring into that, and it has to be a low enough tax so that the day traders don't really get a crazy impact from what they're investing into the position. And I think 1% is not bad. So, where am I going with all this? You're probably like, you've said all this before. What are you even doing here? Because the title of this video talks about how each exchange is going to burn 1% of each Lunic transaction. Well, it's not confirmed that they're going to do that, but I'm letting you know that in this video, well, before this video, I reached out to 25 different exchanges, and I even put a tweet out on Twitter. And look, I have 3 messages so far. So I reached out to 25 different exchanges to get them to implement the 1% tax on each Lunic trade. I believe this is the best way to restore the chain. Honestly, I really do believe this is the best way to restore the chain, restore the supply to what it once was or close to what it once was, and get this to a point to where we can do so much damage on that end and not be a $1 billion market cap project, but it is a $10 billion market cap project, $20 billion market cap project. So I want to go through this. I know these may be like generic responses, but I want to continue to reach out to them, and I hope that you guys reach out to them as well. Because the point is that we don't want to sit here and say, hey, you got to do this. You have to do this or else we're boycotting your exchange. That's not what it's about. We need their help, and we honestly need to let them know how we're going to do this. And I want to be able to display who's going to benefit from this, what's going to be the end goal, what we're going to do as we do get up to some of those levels, because they could implement it literally like that if they felt as though we had good intentions. If people don't have good intentions, they're not going to do it. When people go to them and they go, hey, I want you to implement the 1% burn tax, and they give no other information, they think it's just about gains, it's just about them making money. But honestly, this is about the whole community, not only making money but also growing with the project and returning it to what it once was, making it something a lot bigger. Because this could be a $1 billion market cap, but it could also be a $40 billion market cap. It could also be a 50 or $100 billion market cap, depending on what we do, how many people come into it, the FOMO that comes into the play, what type of use cases we build as well. Now, as you're probably saying, there's probably people watching this going, no, it's all about utility, don't implement any burn tax, it sucks, all of that other type of stuff. You don't have to focus on the burn after you implement it. People think that it's going to be like, hey, we're going to burn and we're just going to sit there and watch it and go, is it burning yet? Oh, it burned another coin. Oh, it burned another one. You seen that? It burned another one. That's not what it's about. We will implement the burn tax and then see the utility and start building a lot of different things while this is burning over here on exchanges, various exchanges that are out there. So again, I reached out to 25 different exchanges, and I have a list here of all the exchanges that I have private messages, I can't even speak. But yeah, I've sent a private message to all of these exchanges, and you're going to see all of these. I haven't sent one to Binance because Binance doesn't have a private message there. If anybody can contact them, I want to be able to run this by, our leaders within the Terra Luna Classic community, the decision makers within the Terra Luna Classic community, which essentially is us. But we also want the people that have probably the most contact and the most influence with the most following. I feel as though we can get there. Not by having some sort of outside business that's burning. It's the volume. The chain knows what we want. It's so difficult to get there because there are many different ways of getting there. I feel like this is the right way because we're asking them to adhere to what the chain wants. And, we're not demanding them to do it. We're asking them because they should be able to help a project that's especially worth $1 billion. It could be worth $2 billion. So Let me know what you think about this. Or do you believe that this is the right way to go? I understand there's people that will believe that it's not even close to the right way to go, and I understand that. But it does not hurt to get them to burn Terra Luna Classic as we're focusing on utility throughout time. So I will keep you guys updated on everything that's going on. I will continue to reach out, and I hope you guys can reach out as well. All of the ones that I reached out to here have private messages on so I can DM them, but any other one that I couldn't, like Binance, like BTC Turk, Binance TR, KuCoin, they don't have private messages, but I would love to be able to private message them. So if someone has a connection, if KuCoin is following them, um, then you would be able to message them and I can send you the message. You can send it to them and we can start to get this ball rolling because if we can get the smaller exchanges to agree, then work our way up to the mid exchanges and larger exchanges, then we're set. But we need to find a way to do this. And if we want to build a full plan to show how they benefit, we can do that. But it takes time. So I think we need to start with just a message to see if they're up for it. If we can, all agree on it. I know it will be tough because you have a lot of exchanges, but if we can all agree on it, it will be really good for the chain. It would be really good for the supply, and for just standard investors. So anyways, guys, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell for more videos like this one. Also, make sure you guys check out some of the links down below. It does help out the channel. And if you guys want to follow, me on Patreon, on Twitter, I have those links down below as well. But I'm going to get out of here and I'll catch you guys in the next video.